You know, right before the break, I said what got him out of that back room and got him back in life. And I know you had a big part of that, but you wrote this book called The Best Seat in the House. Woke up one Tuesday and was paralyzed for life, right? This is the book that you wrote. You wrote this, so something got you between the despair of that back room and this. What was it?
Well, I think what happens when something like this happens to you, you really don't want to be defined by it, which is the whole theme of the show today.
Absolutely.
But you need to find something else to counterbalance it. And in my life, because you have no control, you're helpless. So you need to find something that you have control over or even mastery over. And I was a writer already, and writing became the natural thing for me to want to do continually, to kind of define what was going on and also just to express what was going on to myself. So I began working on that book literally 3 days after I became paralyzed, began taking notes. And then there came a point where I realized that that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to get this book out there. So writing the book itself was therapy. It was a positive act to talk about how positive acts can change your mind.
Absolutely, and it's a positive act that we're going to share with every member of our studio audience, because you're all going to go home with a copy of this book from Alan, no question. And I suggest that you run out and maybe get a copy of it yourself at home. And, you know, it's on the bestseller list. Right? It's going to be. That's no question. There you go. The whole idea of defining who you are, though you've now had to redefine who you are as a person who has, I'll say, a different ability.
Well, you could use whatever term you have. As opposed to having something like HIV that you could hide, you can't hide this. You walk outside, everybody sees it. And what you've got to figure out how to do, and it takes a while to do this if you're newly paralyzed, it takes a while to do this. You have to figure out, you have to make sure that they see you, the person, and not you, the chair. And sometimes you have to talk about it and break the ice. Sometimes you have to joke about it. Sometimes you can avoid it altogether. But if people keep seeing the chair before they see you, you'll always be that handicapped person. And that's what you don't want to be, because that's not what you are. You don't go to bed at night. That's not how you think about yourself when you go to bed at night. You think about yourself, I got this problem, I got to pay this bill, I got to do this, I do that. You don't sit around and bemoan the fact that you're handicapped. If you do, you got a serious psychological problem, because you're chronically depressed if you do that. You've got to get beyond that, and it takes a while, and everybody can do it in their own way. Everybody can find that thing that gives them joy, gives them definition beyond being paralyzed.
And what's so crazy is that people think that they have to wait for something catastrophic in their life to figure that out, and that's how you start living a better life. And guess what? I wish I would have, though I had done some of these things and practiced some of the tools before I was diagnosed with MS. I didn't practice them to the extent that I am today after having gotten this diagnosis. My life would be, I'd be the President of the United States today. I'd be smacking Bill Gates upside his head saying, pay me my money, if I had decided to apply these tools when I was a child. Same thing with you. And what if you
You're doing okay.
Well, you know, I am.
You're doing all right.
but think about it, you know.
No, I do. You're right. You feel stupid that you had to wait for something like this to basically initiate a kind of change of mind. And it's really just a change of mind. It's a change of attitude. It's not feeling like you're a victim. It's funny, when I became a victim, because I've been victimized like this, feeling like a victim, feeling like I wasn't in control was the last thing I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel in charge.
Absolutely.